Hey there, my name is Derek Tung, and I'm 39 years old and the owner of Paulie Logan Square in Chicago, a branch of the Paulie franchise. My guest always ask me, how did you get into pizza? It's something I ask all my pizza brethren too. It's like learning the origin story of these superheroes and how they found their passion for pizza. I'd let my guests know it was a midlife crisis, but in reality it started way earlier than that. I first fell in love with pizza when I was in the 2nd grade thanks to Pizza Hut. Their reading program called Book It rewarded kids with a free personal pan pizza whenever we read enough books. My parents immigrated to this country with little in their pockets, and we almost never went out to eat. But with Book It, I was able to save enough points to treat my whole family to each having their own personal pizzas every couple months. It was the first time I was able to provide for my family, a proud moment for 7-year-old me.
Before we get any further, everyone knows that the success of a restaurant lies not only in its patrons, but also its amazing staff. Staff like Truman, who's been with us since the opening of Paulie Logan Square. Truman is one of 7 bartenders who's responsible not only for great service, but also designing our excellent craft cocktail program. Signature cocktails like our Purple Rain. Truman, can you make one for our guest, please?
Well, sure. Let's do it. Thanks, Truman. So a few decades later, my wife and I went to a local Neapolitan spot. It's the first time I had a dough stretched from scratch, topped, and fired within a wood-fired oven. 3 minutes later, in front of me I had this delicious, crispy exterior with a chewy, soft interior. The pizza was amazing, blew my mind. And this is what inspired me to learn how to make pizza. After months of YouTube videos, pizzeria visits, and pizza making forum posts, I began my journey into pizza making and built a wood-fired oven on the back of a trailer for farmers markets and private events. All this obsession eventually led me to finding Paulie Giannone, the owner of Paulie G's in Brooklyn. We solidified our relationship and I signed to open a Paulie G's in Chicago. This is Jenny, one of our 10 talented pizza makers that's responsible for entertaining guests, designing new pizzas, and executing pizzas from start to finish. She's also a server and a host for us. Jenny, can you make a Hellboy for our guests today?
Thank you, Derek. It would be my pleasure.
Thanks, Jenny. Our brand is to be a great local pizzeria that's part of the community as a whole, which includes the neighborhood as well as pizzerias locally and worldwide. How we impact our community is one of the key guiding principles that affects all our decision making. For instance, we've hosted fundraiser nights where 20% of sales goes to support local schools. I've spoken at local colleges and grade schools about entrepreneurship, performed pizza making demos at libraries, and donated gift cards and a portion of t-shirt sales to local charities. We eat our staff meeting meals and have staff outings at local restaurants and partner with local chefs to create monthly rotating specials to highlight their businesses. I'm a firm believer that a rising tide floats all boats, and it's important to realize we're all working together as a neighborhood to be the best we can be. This is Dennis, one of our OG staff. He's one of many that are responsible for our salads, desserts, and our Detroit-inspired Logan Square pizzas. Dennis, can you make a US pizza cup for our guests?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks, Dennis. For the pizza community, my staff and I constantly wear shirts and hats of other pizzerias that we enjoy. It's a great way to show our guests that we see each other as colleagues, not competitors. And also a great way to talk about pizzerias that we enjoy not only in Chicago, but around the world. It's been amazing to have such an embracing community that has helped our restaurant grow. Since open, we've seen sales growth of 35, 60, and this past year another 30%. Due to such growth, I've been able to implement a tip share pool across all staff, which has resulted in more pay for everyone. For future growth, we are looking at expanding into more lunch and brunch, large-scale catering, and exploring partnering with various restaurants and bars while we look at spaces for our own next project, a slice shop concept. For staff, we're looking into health insurance, company-matched retirement planning, and potentially profit sharing for long-term employees. I would be honored to be Pizza Today's Young Entrepreneur of the Year. While I'm sure there's a wide field of many great candidates, my team works constantly to improve, grow, and build a neighborhood pizzeria that has a great work culture and is part of the community. If selected, it would be a testament to everything we do, day in, day out, to succeed as the pizza we've become.